What's up, guys? It's Soldier for the Lord here. Today, just got a real quick video. Want to show you guys my method of making trigger stops for your PS4 controller. I believe this is the easiest, cheapest, and most logical way to make as close as scuff quality trigger stops or hair triggers, whatever you want to call them. I think this is the best way to do it. So, just real quick, here's just a normal controller with no trigger stops. You can see how much the trigger has to travel, and it respawns right about here. That's when you're able to aim down sight and actually shoot. And so all from there down is all wasted time, and you could be much quicker. It really helps with like semi-automatic weapons, but with any weapon it just helps your response time. So here's what I did. I got the little set screws in there. You can see them right there. So I mean, they stop the trigger right when it starts to respawn, so it helps you out a lot. Any little edge you can have in any first-person shooter, is always appreciated. So you're gonna need just a few things. Of course, you'll need first thing you'll need the little set screws. Now, forgive me, I do not remember what size these were. I just went to the hardware store and picked the ones that looked like they would work. It really doesn't matter what size you get. You'll need an Allen key to tighten them down. You also will need a razor blade. The way I did it is I went into a private match and I slowly lowered it down, and it's like, okay, right there is where you get the response. I took the razor knife, made a little scuff. Okay, I did that on both triggers. That way I knew right where to drill. Obviously, you're going to need a drill bit. I used for these, I figured out I needed a 1/8 drill bit. Now, that will vary depending on the size of your set screws. So what I did was I just grabbed like this lid from the garage, and you can see I drilled a couple of holes there, right there and right there. So basically, I just wanted to make sure, which one was going to be perfect, because you don't want to drill into your controller twice. You just want to make sure you have a perfect size hole. And then you go in. I mean, this was probably the hardest part. You got to get the Allen key in there, and you really do have to like push down and turn at the same time. Just to get it started was probably the hardest part. But all in all, this was a really simple process. It takes about 10 minutes from start to finish, and it looks pretty good. I've seen, not trying to discredit anybody else's method of doing this, but some of them just don't look as good. I really feel like this looks pretty good. It kind of just blends in. It's real similar to what Scuff does and how they do it. And what's cool is, you can still get in there and tighten it down. I'm just going to keep it there for now, but you can get in there and tighten it down and still have full range of motion if you only have one controller. So I really like this method. It was super cheap. These little set screws are 33 cents a piece. So, 66 cents will get you, trigger stops. So instead of sending your controller off to Scuff, I understand they do a lot more than just trigger stops, but that was the feature that I really wanted the most, was the trigger stops. 66 cents, you really can't beat that. I did my white controller here too. This was actually my test run, because I didn't want to mess up the camo controller. This one over here, a little bit crooked, but it still works just fine. So, it's no big deal. But I do recommend, practice on a controller maybe you don't care about, maybe an old PS3 controller, something like that, just so you kind of get it down. Make sure you measure. Like I said, make sure you test and get just to the right spot, and then hit it with that razor knife, or whatever you choose to do. Just so, because worst case scenario, you put these in and they're stopping it before it actually respawns. That would defeat the whole purpose of it. But it's awesome. I really like this. And, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I wasn't clear on anything, I will stay on top of the comments and answer any questions you guys have. All right. Thanks for watching.